Another road project is set to begin in East Longmeadow, this time affecting residents along Millbrook. We take a look at what's happening and what drivers need to know. The nation and our town remembers. Hundreds turn out locally to mark the 13th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. We take you to this year's vigil, hosted by the fire department. And big news for the ELHS Spartans. After a decisive victory Friday night against Amherst, their overall ranking moves up a notch. We have the highlights of Friday's home opener and a look at what's ahead as the Spartans go on the road against Central. Those stories just ahead on ELCAT News Update. Good evening, I'm May Randall. We begin tonight with word of a new road project getting underway. Millbrook Drive is the site of a new water main project. DPW's Director of Operations, John Collins, says the old pipes have seen better days, and waiting any longer to install new ones is not an option.
It's actually replacing the water main that's on Millbrook with a new ductile iron water main. And it's just a water main that we've had problems with, water breaks over a period of time. It's a water main that just needs to be replaced. It's seen its day, and it's time.
Collins tells ELCAT News the DPW is actually saving the town thousands of dollars by doing the work themselves and not hiring an outside contractor. In fact, he says, the town tries to do as many projects as possible in-house.
This saves the town a considerable amount of money. The only work that we contract out are jobs that may be too big, we don't have the equipment for, which are far and few in between, and or we're busy doing projects of our own and an emergency comes up and it has to be done.
Right now, pipes are being laid out as crews get ready to begin installation. That should begin in a matter of days. The East Longmeadow Fire Department is credited with bringing the community together once again to remember the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks of 2001. People turned out Thursday to mark the occasion outside of the fire department. This is the 13th year the ELFD has hosted the vigil. The evening kicks off with a blessing by the department chaplain, during which time candles are lit. Members of our Board of Selectmen provide opening remarks, along with the local and state representatives. Fire Chief Paul Morissette says it's important for the community to never forget what happened on that tragic day.
Every year it brings somebody new that comes and has their own special reason for being here. We appreciate the residents from the town coming out and the veterans. We like to have the place for everybody to come so they won't forget and they'll have their chance to remember.
Well, I think it's a nice way for the residents of East Longmeadow to come out every year on an annual basis and remember the events of that day together. And for the last 13 years, it's been very consistent. We've had a good turnout, so it's very nice to see every year that people are not forgetting.
Residents in attendance say they're proud that our town upholds the vigil tradition.
No, it's not my first time. I haven't missed one of them. And I am so proud of East Longmeadow that they're continuing this tradition each year to bring all of this to our minds again and to understand and be grateful to the firefighters and the policemen that lost their lives on September 11th. It's a great tribute here and it's a great reminder, and I'm privileged to be a part of it.
The vigil ended with the ceremonial sounding of the last alarms for firefighters. The bells are rung in remembrance of the firefighters who died in New York City during 9/11. In case you haven't heard, the Big E is underway. The largest fair in the Northeast kicked off September 12th to record crowds. The Big E is, of course, located in West Springfield on the grounds of the Eastern States Exposition. The 17-day event features the Big E Circus, the Avenue of States, Starrowton Village, animals, agriculture, rides, and of course, food. In case you're wondering, Massachusetts Day is this Thursday, September 18th. Tickets are $10 for children, 6 to 12, $15 for adults. The fair wraps up on September 28th, so there's plenty of time to get over to West Springfield for this year's festivities. In sports news, following a 2-0 start to the season, The Spartans varsity football team jumps up and claims the number 2 spot in the Mass Live Western Mass Top 20 ranking. The Spartans' 55-27 win over Amherst helped their cause. Let's go back to Friday night under the lights on the home turf. Leading the boys in red, junior running back Mike Magipinto with 26 carries and 2 touchdowns on the night. That gives him 5 TDs on the season. But the Spartans spread the wealth Friday night, utilizing 7 different players who found the end zone. First, though, a little help from the defense. Number 83, James Martin, picks up a big pick early in the first quarter.
Dropping back to pass, hit as he threw it, and that ball's picked off.
It would be one of the 2 interceptions for Martin on the night. Shortly after, quarterback Tyler Maloney in with the QB sneak, putting up the first points on the board. Then it's sophomore Aiden Kennedy who takes it in.
And the tackle broken, and he's in for a touchdown.
On to the second quarter, the Hurricanes strike for their first time of the night.
Maybe a little more, and it is touchdown Hurricanes.
Spreading the wealth, the theme for the night. This time, it's junior running back Jeremy Venn who brings it into the end zone.
I believe that's Venn.
Oh, it's Venn.
Not to be left out, junior tight end Riley Held with an amazing leap to make the catch for 6 more.
And it's a touchdown for East Long Meadow.
I believe it's Riley Held.
Sophomore kicker Ben Bonavita, solid on the night. He would make each and every extra point. Late in the second quarter, it's Riley Held once again, this time with a leap for the interception.
Picked off. What a play.
Who's the next target for Maloney? Magipinto once again. The score now standing at 34-6, and on the Spartans go, utilizing as many different combinations as possible. This time, junior wide receiver Ryan Dunn. And finally, senior Nick Shea adds another 6 to the board. The boys go on to win 55-27 the final. The number 2 ranked Spartans face number 1 Central this Friday night at Central. Game time is 7 p.m. Well, that will do it for us tonight. Thanks for watching ELCAT News Update. I'm May Randall. Until next time, good night.